Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So when Canelo Alvarez was being promoted by Oscar De La Hoya, you guys remember Oscar De La Hoya, he said, look, Canelo Alvarez, I believe he's going to fight all of these guys because if he really truly wants to be great, he has to fight the likes of Demetrius Andrade and Charlo. I remember shortly after that, Canelo, he came out and he started to diss Oscar De La Hoya. He said that Oscar had never been loyal to his trainers, et cetera, because Oscar De La Hoya also implied that Canelo Alvarez needed a new trainer. Just like he told Ryan Garcia he needed a new trainer. Now, when Oscar De La Hoya was saying all these things, I had told you guys, if you go all the way back to my old videos, I told you guys that I truly believe that when Oscar De La Hoya is no longer promoting Canelo Alvarez, we might have to wait years and years and years. But once he is no longer working with Canelo Alvarez, he is going to do a complete tell-all when it comes to Canelo. He's going to be speaking about Canelo unfiltered. He's not going to worry anymore about how Canelo Alvarez will take it because they're no longer working together. And you fast forward to present day, and that's exactly what we are always getting from Oscar De La Hoya. If you guys have noticed, by way of contrast, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya has said many negative things about Floyd Mayweather. But despite all of the negative things he said about Floyd Mayweather, to this day, Oscar De La Hoya has still gone on record and said that he believes that Floyd Mayweather is arguably the greatest fighter of all time, which means Oscar De La Hoya can separate his emotions from talking boxing, or at least when it comes to talking about how great a fighter is. But when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, Oscar De La Hoya has been as honest as all the other former great Mexican fighters and champions, from Chavez to Eric Morales to Marco Antonio Barrera, Juan Manuel Marquez. Oscar, he did a recent interview talking about Canelo Alvarez, and he was talking about some of his flaws that he has and how those flaws would cause him to lose to a David Benavidez. Oscar talked about the fact that David Benavidez, he's long, he has a good jab, and he throws punches and bunches. He says any fighter that has a good jab is going to give Canelo Alvarez a lot of problems. And if you guys have been watching my videos for quite some time, then you know that is exactly what I have been saying. Any fighter that has a good jab is going to most likely beat Canelo or give him a lot of problems. If you look at this clip I'm playing for you guys right now, this is one of Canelo Alvarez's sparring partners out jabbing him and sparring when he was preparing for the Bivol fight. I've also told you guys before, if you notice, Canelo Alvarez is one of the only top fighters that's always sparring with the special headgear, the headgear that has the nose guard. If you watch Gervonta, Devin Haney, Shakur spar, Bivol spar, Errol Spence spar, they all spar with regular headgear because they have a better defense than Canelo, because they are not susceptible to getting hit with jabs. One of the quickest ways to get your nose busted in sparring is getting hit with stiff jabs. And we all know a good stiff jab will also set up a good right hand, which could then break your nose, which is the reason why Canelo Alvarez is always wearing a nose guard. Because any fighter that has a good jab or even a decent jab will give Canelo Alvarez some serious problems.
Does David beat Canelo, in your opinion?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, in a good fight. Just because of the reach, just because of the jab. And anybody who knows how to throw a jab or who throws it against a fighter like Canelo is always gonna create problems for Canelo.
Okay, so this is what we know about Canelo Alvarez. We know that he's not the best fighter at 175. We know that he's not the best fighter at 168. We know that when he fought at 160, he wasn't the best fighter there because he refused to fight the other champions in his division, which was Charlo and Andrade. Now, going off of Canelo's own logic, when Canelo was doing an interview with Mike Tyson, he said because he fought all of the champions at 168, that makes him the best. That means he's admitting that when he was fighting at 160, he wasn't the best because he refused to fight the champion Demetrius Andrade and the later champion Jamal Charlo. But Canelo is right. He was the best against all of the white/Eastern European fighters at 168. See, when Canelo moved to 168, it was a very safe neighborhood, right? Now it's one of the most dangerous neighborhoods. And Canelo Alvarez wants zero smoke with any of the top guys there at 168, like David Benavidez, Jamal Charlo, who's most likely about to move to 168, and the WBA regular champion, the Cuban fighter, David Morrell. I've already told you guys, Canelo, he loses to all of those fighters, including Demetrius Andrade. The only fighters Canelo can beat today are European fighters like John Ryder, or very weak undefeated fighters like an Edgar Berlanga. Outside of that, Canelo Alvarez is not beating any of the top 3 guys at 168. So after Canelo Alvarez gets past John Ryder, if Canelo is forced to take on the toughest competition, this year and next year will be the worst years of Canelo Alvarez's career. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues. So make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP. And I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention. So I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.